Yo, 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 let's go. Let's go. We are live here. Let's see if we got some video. Let's go, let's go. Okay. Welcome to the demo stream. Let's kick it off with this tune while we wait for some people to arrive. And then we'll dive in. All right. It's my new one, Panda. It's out on SoundCloud, a free download. Or Bandcamp. Started up a Bandcamp profile. It's brand new. My first time delving into the Bandcamp world, but I dig it. I dig the Bandcamp vibe. No secret in the chat. What's good? Welcome to the demo stream. We updated it a little bit this time. We got mini meters. So I'll be able to analyze your waveforms that much closer. How's the audio? Attakus, mic check, mic check. Good levels? Is the music too loud, too quiet? Can you hear me over top of the music? Awood, Doshi, Donner, Sofus, you guys are rolling through. Good audio. Thanks, Adam. Stokes, you're here. Sounds like BBC Radio 1. Love it. This mic actually just has a little bit of that flavor to it. I don't actually have a compressor running. Good crew of folks in the chat already. I'm excited to really dive into this one. Darren after. Buddy, thanks for coming through. Moski. Stoked you guys like this one. If you want to grab it, free download available now. I'm going to be trying to dump a bunch of free downloads this year. I have a bunch in the can, so I got to make sure I put them out. There's no reason they need to just sit on the hard drive. I got broads in the AJ in the chat, whose nickname is Panda. I knew this. Let's actually start with AJ because he sent me a message earlier saying he's at work. And he works as a firefighter. And so, bless that sweet man for doing some killer work and keeping our world safe of danger. Wow, I can't believe that's all I said about firefighters, just keeping the world out of danger. All right, this one, AJ from Moncton. This one's called Tension. Excited to hear it. Check it out. We're diving in. Demo stream. I'm going to skip through the drum intro. I'm going to skip through drum intros, folks, letting you know if you're new here. Ooh, all right. One thing I think you could maybe already add is maybe like a little something texture-wise. Either it's like a vinyl noise or some sort of like, I don't know, like a really quiet ambiance of like people talking or something like really, really quiet in the background. It's just feeling a little dry. I think that lead could come through a little more.
It's getting dark, I feel the tension. Hey, don't at me, boo, don't even mention. Nah, that boy, that fake water retention. Yeah, can't play those games inside my section. Nah, it's getting dark, I feel the tension.
Sick. Vocal's a classic. I have heard this vocal a bunch of times. I also wrote a track with it years ago with this vocal. But I that aside, the production is great, man. I want to hear maybe a kick that has a little bit less of a transient on it. Maybe like a shorter, tighter, boxier kick that like you can kind of separate a little bit of the kick from the bass line. Right now it sounds like the kick and the bass line almost like bleed into each other a little bit, and they have the subtone of the kick and the subtone of the bass is very similar. Maybe try a kick that isn't playing exactly the root note of the track. Maybe it's hitting at 7 semitones up or a fifth up in your track. I think otherwise it's sounding really good. I think there's some room for maybe a little bit more life in the high end in sort of the hi-hat world. Just to kind of like bring it a little bit more lively. And I think that's going to be things that are like kind of riding on those 16th notes. Maybe it doesn't need to be as swung. I hear like quite a bit of a swing on this track. Maybe like dial back the swing and maybe some more kind of elements will bring it a little bit more lively, but I do really like the mood of it all and sort of the vibe of the track. It's sounding great. Yeah, whole thing feels like maybe a little pushed and a little loud too. You might be able to dial back some of those elements. Not everything needs to be as bright and in your face. All right. Whew! Lot to it. AJ, my dude, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate ya. And let's keep on keeping on. Where's my... we're good. Okay. Wow, so many guys in the chat. All right. Let's pull up I'm going to start near the top here of our list. Tito, I know I personally already heard this one, but I'm pulling up your track anyways because the whole chat needs to hear it and hear what you're on about. Tito's music is so sick. Tito from Germany. I'm going to skip through the drum intro. Hold up, hey. Hold up, hey. We don't play. Hold up, wait. Woman, who be thinking we soft, we don't play. We gon' break it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Woo! Hold up. Hey. Oh yeah. Hold up. Hey. We gon' break it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey. Woman, who be thinking we soft. We don't. Hey. We gon' break it till the wheels fall off. Woo! Hey. Such a sick edit. Hey. We gon' break it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey. Woman, who be thinking we soft. We don't. Hey. We gon' break it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey. Woman, who be thinking we soft. We don't. Hey. We gon' break it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Okay, yo, full disclosure. I have listened to this tune a million times over because he sent it to me the other day and I've been just banging it. But I love the energy on this one. I feel like it's got so much hype, and I'm gonna download it and play it in my sets because I love the recognizable sample and the whole bit. In terms of like feedback, bro, I don't really have too much for you. I wonder if maybe the bass or the sub is just a little loud and a little too present. I feel like you could even have it like a little darker and maybe a little more pushback. But yeah, I really don't have too many notes. But if I'd love to sign this track. Just can't with this vocal, obviously. But you sent me a bunch of other ones. I'm gonna follow up with you on some notes on some of the other ones. But like this style, the hard groove stuff, some more techno stuff, even if it's just like faster house music. You know, guys, I'm about that stuff. You know, that's sort of the direction we're heading. But yeah, I love it, bro. Big ups, Tito. I wish I had some notes for you, but you'd already know that I love this shit. All right. Actually, Adam, I saw that you submitted a bunch. Maybe I'll pull up this other one that you submitted. Sorry, I'm skipping this one, but there we go. Let's do this one. I saw Who Am I in the chat earlier. Who Am I, who's had a couple tunes on the label already, always producing some of the cleanest. Woo! Loving the perks on these ones. All right, skip through a bit of the drum intro here.
Get it kind of funky, 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 kind of funky.
Thomas Chow, if you sent the wrong link, just resubmit it. I'll try and pull the right one up.
Kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky.
Woo!
Kind of funky, 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 kind of funky.
Wow. Woohoo! This is sick, bro. Okay, I just want to hear where this goes. I'm enjoying this. I want to know where it's at. Where does it go from here, bro?
Getting kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, getting kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky.
I think that vocal feels a little dry. I think you can do some cool stuff with that. Doesn't need to be as dry right there.
Kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, getting kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, getting kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky.
Yeah, this is great, bro.
Kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, getting kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, getting kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky, kind of funky.
Yeah, Adam, you gotta send this one over when it's done, bro. This one's awesome.
Kind of funky, 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 kind of funky.
Woo!
Kind of funky. Kind of funky.
Sick.
Kind of funky. Getting
Woo! Okay, bro. I don't have too many notes, man. I really don't. I think just looking at the mini meters there, maybe the kick has a little bit of room to kind of punch through a little bit more. It didn't look as pronounced as some other waveforms. But also, I mean, what are we hitting master wise right now? Yeah, so maybe you could pull up the kick a tiny bit, and maybe push the master a tiny bit, and you're laughing, bro. This is sounding really, really solid. Maybe a little bit of some more atmospheric effects and try to fill out that second breakdown. I think you could maybe even have like slightly more energy. But send this over. I'll let everybody know in the chat right now. We are in the midst of sort of prepping our next Vibrancy compilation right now that we're going to be putting out next month. So, hey, who knows? You know, maybe some of these tunes today might end up on that if they're available. We'd love to sign a few bangers. Okay, so that one, very sick, bro. Very, very sick. Let's keep on keeping on. I see Donner in the chat. Let's pull up Donner. Donner from, I believe, London, Ontario, or he's living out that way. This one's called Somebody. Let's check it out. Skip that drum intro.
Found somebody that you can't find. Keep them close, no, you can't rewind. Might take time, but now I realize. Yeah, there's a sign after a long night. Yeah, there's a sign after a long night.
This is a great one, dude. I like this a lot. Couple minor notes. So you have a shaker that kind of acts as your main hi-hat. I think that could be a little tighter. So just a little shorter, a little doesn't need to be as long as it is. Overall, maybe some of the drums could just be a little tighter in the high end. So shorter. Easiest way to do that is if you're doing it in MIDI, you can bring your release time down, or if you're doing it in audio, I just like to create little fades and just make it a lot shorter. But like, man, overall vibe is sounding great. It's sounding pretty well balanced. I just want to. Yeah, a little busy in the high end too. I think maybe making some of those things shorter will kind of fix some of that mixing stuff too. But overall, I'm really liking the vibe of this one. Great work, dude. Great work. I feel like from the first tunes that I heard from you versus like what we're playing now, it's yeah, dude, you're fucking crushing it, man. Big ups. Okay. Everyone really did bring their A game, man. Holy shit. All right, I want to pull up Darren's tune because he did say he has to leave. He said he sent 136 BPM track, so I'm excited to hear what a 136 BPM Darren After tune is going to sound like. Skipping his intro. Okay, Darren. Darren hitting the -4 loves. There's a couple -3s there, bro. You might need to chill on that. I don't think it needs to be that loud. Darren doesn't miss, I swear to God. Oh my God. Darren, why are you holding us out on us? -3. You could probably chill on that limiter a bit. This is fucking absurd, man. This track's awesome. I absolutely love it. Yeah, you can probably dial back that mix a little bit. I'm just worried on a club system it's going to bang too loud, and that is a thing, man. And I think probably it's in the sub there, and so it's just a little bit of room. It doesn't like if this is how it sounds at -4, at -6, it's gonna sound so awesome. Anyways, it's sounding great. Really enjoying it. A lot. I like it a lot. I'm gonna be hitting you up about this. Yeah. I do want this track for the Vibrancy compilation. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's chat about it, man. It's fucking banger. I want to play this ASAP. All right, Darren, absolutely crushing. All right, Harrison's got to go here soon too. So we'll pull him up. And damn, Darren, smashed it. Breaks in the chat. All right. Part's cool. I think you need something more to kind of carry through here. I think a vocal is really what this track needs. I wonder if that lead was a little quieter. I think the drums need some sort of snappy or maybe like a closed hi-hat in there. A really tight, shorter, snappy sort of drum in there. But there's also some weird stuff going on in the stereo field, and I can't quite diagnose it. Maybe it's the lead that's feeling a little weird stereo-wise, or maybe it's the bass or something. But I just try and be very intentional about what stuff is spread and what stuff is mono and what stuff is to the left, what stuff's to the right. You don't need to go overboard with it. I try to just make sure that there's not too many things that are super spread and then too many things that are super mono. Just have a nice balance. If some stuff is, the wider high-end stuff is a little spread, some stuff is a little bit more mono. But yeah, this is sounding really great. I think with some vocal, and maybe you don't even need a whole vocal. Maybe it's little vocal blips or little elements. That'll really kind of tie it all together. Because I think right now you kind of have all the basic stuff. Hell yeah! All killers, no fillers. Let's go. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. All right, Burman boys. They submitted a track with Burke. Burke's a homie. I know Burke pretty well. Excited to hear this one.
truth is they're just falling.
Ooh, all right.
The truth is falling, falling. Truth is.
Kick can come up, bass can come down.
I gotta hear the cry. Truth is.
I think what would make this track go mental is just something, and I'll say this about, maybe this is today's theme. Maybe today's theme is 16th note. So whether it's just one of my favorites ever, and it's so classic, is just an 808 closed hi-hat running on a 16th note pattern. It's super, super small, and it's super tight, and you can have it really, really, really quiet in the background, but it kind of just fills that 16th note energy and hypes the whole track up.
Sun all the drops, slipping all the leaves. We run a race in which we don't believe.
Vocals a little loud. It doesn't need to be as forward.
The truth is they're just falling down.
Whoa, love all those little weird, trippy sounds. I've watched these sub things here, and this is something that I didn't really worry about too much when I was producing at home, was sort of the level of some of those sub booms, because in your headphones and in your studio monitors, even in the car, you're just like, whatever, big sub boom. But I've had a few tracks where I've had some pretty big sub booms in the breaks, and then I go and play them out in clubs, and it is a breakdown, and it just rattles the whole entire room, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't actually need to have it rattle the entire room. You could have a sub boom that is quiet and it still have the same impact, and especially in the club where you don't want your breakdown to absolutely max out the subs, and when it's at 0 dB and it's that much of a sub frequency at 0 dB, that's what that's doing. That's maxing out the subs. Especially in your breaks and stuff, you don't need it to be that loud. And again, that's something that I didn't even really realize until in the past couple of years when I started playing out on a bunch of bigger systems. That's what I've been trying to dial back my sub a little more. I've noticed in some of my mix downs, I've had too much sub, and again, it's just because I'm whatever, it sounds good in the car, sounds good here, sounds good everywhere. But until you are on a giant, massive system, you might not really realize that you're oh shit, I didn't need to go that overboard. There is a sweet spot in there, and a track on a big club system can have a lot of bass without the track itself feeling like it has tons of bass. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's keep on keeping on.
I gotta hear the cry.
Those leads, I want to hear them with some sort of piercing high end layer. I don't know, something that really fills out that super, super high end stuff. Cool. Overall, really kind of a fun tune. I enjoy the energy of it. It's very well produced. Very well produced. Okay. What do we got next in the chat? All right. I'm kind of picking at random. Doshi was here pretty early. Doshi always sends in tunes. I'm excited to hear what you sent in this time, my dude. Let's go. All right.
secrets out. Never got quite what you wanted, I don't know how. Paint it like it's your idea. Why do you need everyone to see your vision when they can't see? Stars that shine in the daylight, going on and on, waiting for the call to come.
Alright.
Still you're all alone, minds made up and still no action. You
Vocals are
just
sounding
need
great.
to change, find a way
Could have a little bit more verb. Just a slight.
I can't take another day like this. Do you understand? If you lost, just hold my hand. Nothing stays the same. I can show you new ideas.
Woohoo! This is great, man. I'm okay. I have a few notes before we keep listening, and this is where mini meters is really going to help us out today. I was just looking at the waveform while we were playing this, and one thing I noticed is that the drums aren't really poking out like you'd usually want them to. So I think you have some room to kind of maybe poke that kick up a little more, have it poke through in the mix a little bit, poke the snare through a little bit. Maybe you need to add some more sidechain to some of the other elements to have those elements poke through a little bit more. Maybe bring down the sub or bring down the bass. You can really sort of, and I recommend trying to find a meter like this down here. And then you can kind of spot them out and spot where those peaks are, and you can have that kick poke through a little bit more. But man, this is beautiful. It's sounding great. I think maybe the vocals and pads and stuff maybe are a little loud too. Yeah, I think the pads and stuff don't need to be as loud. Man, gorgeous tune though. Really, really, really well done. I appreciate you sending in some D&B, man. I'm down to hear and listen to any genre. We aren't. I know Vibrancy is really just releasing more high octane house and techno kind of stuff, but I'm down to listen to anything. I'm down to listen to whatever. Okay. Let's see what we got next. Attakus was in the chat early on. One of the first to arrive. This one is called Bandolera. I hope I said that right. I actually have no idea. I think the bass is a little loud. You should probably turn the bass down a little bit.
Ella coquetea, te seduce, juguetea. No tiene marido, ella quiere ser soltera. Tú te enamoras, pero solo fantasea. Tuya en las ficheras, pero es una bandolera. Ella coquetea, te seduce, juguetea.
Slay J, welcome, first time in the stream. Stoked you came through.
Tuya en las ficheras, pero es una bandolera. Tuya en las ficheras, pero es una bandolera.
Yeah, more sidechain on the bass. Tone it down a little bit. This is great though. I want to hear a real snappy hat in there. Similar to what we were saying before. I bet actually, if you just rock in with that same thing that I said, all you guys are going to leave today with a closed 808 hi-hat doing a 16th note pattern, I swear to God. That's today's tip. That's today's tip. Is closed 16th note 808. The 808 closed hi-hat. I think it just needs a little bit of the snappiness in the highs. Just a little bit, not a lot. Otherwise, like the mix is sounding great. I think the kick, it has a lot of beef and texture to it. I don't know. Like the transient on it, like, has a lot of dirt kind of built into the transient part of it. I'd be curious to hear, like, maybe trying to EQ out some of that, or maybe try some other samples that don't have as much dirt in the transient. But overall, it works pretty good. And the vibe is great with the horn and the vocal. All of that sounds solid. Clap sounds good. Nice. Sick. Man, Attakus, bro. It's so sick to hear, like, the progression over the years, bro. It's really, really, really cool to from where you're at to where you're at now, and every track is just getting better and more refined, and I can tell that your, like, style and your taste is just getting so much more refined. I love it. Sick. All right. Let's pull up. I'm just kind of going down the list here. Let's pull up Abys Sick. Let's check out Abys Sick's track. All right, we've got a few. Avi, do you have a preference on which one? You sent 4 here. If you respond here quick, we'll pick which one we want. We got Control Me, Get Up and Listen, Feel Alive, and Dancing with My Boys. Folks, if you guys have sent more than one tune, try to let me know in the chat which one you'd want to hear. Because unfortunately, we don't have time to listen to multiple ones. We can only listen to, one. Okay, Abby says Control. Let's run it. The first one. Skip through the drum. Sick. Drum mix sounding great. Bass is maybe a little loud.
Control me, get on me. Control me, get on me. Control me, get on me. Control me, get on me.
That lead that's coming in there is so sick.
Get on me. Control me, get on me. Control me, control me. Control me, control me. Control me, control me. Control me.
Hell yeah. This is dope. This is super, super sick. I've had a couple thoughts, couple notes, but I'm overall loving the vibe of this one. I think, I said it earlier, bring the bass down a little bit. It's really sort of like chomping into everything there. And then
Control me.
my thoughts on the initial drop part is that lead that you have there is really loud, and it's kind of like commanding a lot. And I think you've built up such like a cool, moody, dark vibe in the break and in the intro that lead, when I first heard it, it kind of stuck out to me a little bit more as it just didn't feel as in place with the rest of the mood and vibe of the track, how dark it was. I think you have a great groove and you have a great foundation that you don't need to overdo it with a big giant lead like that. But I think like the groove and the vibe and the energy and the foundation of the track is awesome. So maybe just like something a little more subtle, or maybe shorter. Maybe it just happens for like a couple bars, blips or stabs or whatever. I just don't know if you need as big of a giant lead there right at the top. I think, yeah, but man, I love the vibe. I love the groove. The drum groove is sick, and the mix is solid. So huge ups. Abby, keep sending tunes. I'm actually going to try and listen to these other ones on here, let's do a quick 2-second listen. Fun. Just skimming through them all. Cool. You got like a little like sick bass housey kind of style. Hell yeah. Sick. Cool. Thanks for sending, Abby. Appreciate it. And yeah, keep on sending tunes. I really dig them a lot. Hell yeah. Okay, let's keep on going. Earlier, I saw my dude, When You Know, in the chat, and I love his music, so I want to hear what he sent in. Where are we? When You Know. There we are. Sean, When You Know, my guy. Faded fast mix. All right, let's run it, bro.
And I'm getting faded. And I'm getting faded. And I'm getting faded.
Woohoo! Like atmospheric stuff, maybe tonal things in there could kind of fill this out. Really loving the groove of this one though. I love this a lot, dude. Hell yeah. Okay. Like I obviously flushing it out, having it keep moving, whatnot. But my initial notes, I think the kick that you have feels like it doesn't have enough weight in the low end. It feels like really sort of MIDI. So maybe like keep the texture and the transient of the highs and mids, but maybe just replace the low end. I feel like you want something that's like a little bit like bigger, sort of techno-y, chonky kick in the low end. The one right there I think has a great texture to it, great quality, just like more oomph. But yeah, I want to hear this updated, man, because like this is the shit. This is what I'm really digging right now. I'm loving like the faster tunes that are just a pure party, and this one's got a bunch of energy to it. Yeah, I saw a couple of people in the chat asking if this is going to be recorded. I'm going to leave it up on YouTube. However, I will let you guys know that the past couple have gotten taken down because of copyright. So there's a chance that depending on what tunes you guys submit. And what's been happening is the streams will stay up, and then like a couple months later, one of you guys will release your tune, and then it'll go through the copyright system, and then the stream will get flagged because then the tune's been released or whatever. So that's happened a few times, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Hell yeah. Sean, dude, send me a whole big pack because I fucking love that, bro. I love that. That was great. Okay. However, there was a homie there that was saying he's got to go to work. And for those folks that got to go to work, let's try and get to the tunes then. Matt Gner, let me see. Unless you submitted it under a different name. It's probably here. I'm just not... Oh, here. Found it. We got it. All right. Hope everyone's having a beautiful Friday. We love Fridays.
I wanna see you drop to the beat in the club. I wanna see you
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
I wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you drop, turn it goes, take a shot. I wanna see you stop, move your feet, turn it up. I wanna see you.
Sick. Clap's being a little loud to me. You can probably turn the clap down a little bit.
I wanna see you.
Kick could come up a little bit. Woo. All right, this is sick. This is sick. Okay, couple notes. The breaks and build-ups and stuff, I just think they're a bit busy. You got a lot going on, so I think I don't even know if you need to get rid of all the elements for me. Just turn some of them down. Pick sort of your focus stuff, and then pick what is sort of like just sort of filling in the groove, right? Then in your drops, I love the groove, I love the bass, I love all the elements that you have. One thing I just would be aware of, especially when you're writing new music in the future, whatever, and this goes for everybody. When you're writing techno, tech house, whatever there are tropes that are in every tech house song, in every techno song. There are, for example, lasers. Like that laser thing, we've all done it at some point. The snare build before the drop is just a 16th note 909 snare that just builds. We've all done that a million times. So if you can think of ways to reinvent those sounds, and maybe instead of a laser it's like a really interesting perk, or maybe instead of a snare build it's a kick build, or whatever you can do to maybe take those tropes and reinvent them, use a different sound, use a different rhythm, use a different groove, try to make them yours and make them interesting and make them exciting. That will bring your tune from like okay, cool, to like oh shit, like this is fresh, this is unique, this is exciting. So I just heard in that tune some pretty like, and I'm gonna say the word cheesy, but little generic type tech house tropes that you hear in a bunch of different tracks. And so like, how can you take those and make them new and exciting and reinvent them and whatnot? So try to think about that in your tunes. That goes for everybody. What would What would you do if you weren't trying to write tech house, you know? Like Steve Jobs said, think different. Hell yeah. All right, great tune though, Matt. Thanks for sending me in. I hope you have a great day at work. The mix on it sounded awesome, so we love that for it. Okay, let's do Holo Holo. My dude. Is this a Holo Holo? Did we meet in Hawaii? Is that the same guy that I'm thinking of right now? I think so. Pretty sure it's the same homie I met in Hawaii. If so, I hope you're doing well, my guy. And if we didn't meet in Hawaii, well, I'm sorry for confusing you. This is gorgeous. Wow. This is so pretty. Pretty. Use meows instead of pew pew pews. That's so funny. This is great. This is really, really solid stuff. Hey, it is the Holo Holo who I met in Hawaii. Great dude, man. Okay, I'm a couple minor notes because the writing on this is fantastic. The kick, I think you could have it be slightly shorter, so maybe cut off some of the tail. Doesn't need as much sub, and then maybe a little bit. It sounded at times, especially at drop 2 here, that some things are clipping and hitting and getting a little crushed. And so maybe it has to do with some of the side chain and too much low end happening at the same time. Maybe you have a bit of distortion layer stuff. I just would try and investigate what is causing a little bit of that clipping. I think a shorter kick drum, maybe a bigger side chain might solve some of those problems, but overall, I love the vibe of the lo-fi, super dark vibe. It's really, really, really good. Really, the intro is excellent. I think a lot of people could take note of some of the sound design and some of the soundscapes that you've built in here, and kind of like interject some of that into some of the tech house sort of stuff. Man, thank you so much for sending in. I'm stoked you did, bro. That's an awesome tune. And I hope you're doing well over there in Hawaii. I hope to be back sometime. That was like one of my favorite shows I played and one of my favorite trips I've been on. Can't wait. Do you want me to turn my mic up? Okay, I can turn my mic up a little bit. And what I'll also do slightly is turn the music down slightly. There we go. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. Okay. I've seen, where are we here? All right. Oh, Casto. There we go. Yeah, see, if your YouTube handle is not what your artist name is in here, I might not see it. I apologize. I am just trying to pull up people in the chat. Hell yeah, let's go, Casto. This track's called Gloom. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Big riser, tons of energy. Woo! Yeah, this is sick. All right, this is sick. This is great. I love the vibe on it for sure. A couple, like, okay, it's feeling slightly flat to me mix wise, and it's definitely not loud because we're getting up to like -5, and so if you're getting up that loud, like you can pull off the limiter, and you can let some of that stuff breathe. Folks, I recommend trying to get, if you can get your masters in the -7s, -6 range, you're fine. Don't worry about going much past that. Really live in that -6 LUFS world. I think someone mentioned it in the chats that the low end was a little muddy and messy. I think that is where we can pay a little bit of attention here too. I think a tighter kick, a kick that like has a lot of like oomph and body to it, and a kick that is carries through in the high end as well, like has a transient that sticks through and that pokes through a little bit more, because I think the one that's in there just feels a little floppy. And then I think you want to have a bass that really like you're going back and forth between the kick and the bass, and so tone wise I think the bass needs to be a lot stronger too. Yeah. So whatever, like maybe you just have a sine wave doing the sub there. Maybe you just have an octave above it that will carry the tone a little bit more. But I really love the mood of this one. It feels like it's got a lot of the right elements. I loved how the energy transferred. I love that dark. Very sick. The writing is great. So. Yeah, love it, bro. Love it. Okay, dokie. All right, let's pull up Galelli. Galelli, because he said his name there earlier. All right. Ooh, this is pretty. talking about mastering again, we were getting up to -4 LUFS there in the breakdown, right? You don't need to have these synths that loud. You know, you can bring it down. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen it go up that high. That was -2. I saw -1 something. I think that's loud. This is gorgeous, man. Okay, you dirty. Yeah, bro. You dial off the master, man, and I think you have a track that's awesome. Like I think this is just really pushed a little bit too loud. Again, if you can hit in that -6 range, I saw you get them to -4 in there, you know? So dial off the master. It's feeling really well balanced. I think there's a couple parts maybe that the high end feels a little squashed, but I think if you even dial off that master, it'll work. Sick. Yeah, folks. I don't know. Do you guys have any notes on that? I really like. I like the vibe of it. It's really well written, and I love tracks that have those like real minimal type bass lines. Maybe some more like organic, perky, mid-rangey percussion and stuff could work nicely in there too. I don't know. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. All right, Awood in the chat. Let's hear what Awood submitted this time from Vancouver, I do believe. I'm excited to hear what you have submitted. Awood always has really cool, really unique, way cooler than I could ever think of kind of tracks. All right. This is sick. So far, loving it. Hearing a couple clicks sneak through. That needs a little fine-tune editing. I could just keep listening to this forever. Wow. I love the hypnotizing groove of this a lot. Oh crap. I feel like I only have a couple of minor notes. I don't think the sub needs to be as loud. I think the kick could kind of poke through a little bit. yeah, maybe just a little bit more sidechain on some of that stuff. But wow, yeah, really cool underground vibe. There's maybe some room for a couple other moments where the bass goes away and then comes back in, then goes away and comes back in. I felt like it was pretty just like steady. Sub was riding the whole time. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the dark minimal techno vibe of this one a lot. I'd love to hear like a bunch more of the tunes you've been writing. I've been playing a lot more techno lately, and am down to explore some of that stuff. So send some more. If you can send me a whole pack on Instagram if you want, if you have got a bunch. But really like that one from Awood. Love it. Okay. All right, let's pull up Known Secret. I see that you've sent in 2, but I'm just going to pull up the second one. Hopefully that's the one. All right. All right, Known Secret. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Back a little bit.
Let me deep inside your mind.
Hi-hat's a little loud. Bring that down. Hanu, I hope so, bro.
Inside your mind.
All right, I think that the bass could come up here a little bit. Kick's feeling like it's a little bit louder than the sub, and I think it needs a little bit more of that sub tone. Overall, though, I think like this is like feeling like a great. You got all the basics, you got all the foundation. I think right now, what I would recommend is try to think about, okay, how can I make this song that I'm working on unique and stand out and fresh and not be sort of, not that I want to say it's forgettable, but I think it's missing some of that uniqueness and sounds that make this track truly special and truly its own. So everyone goes through this stage of a producer of getting to a point where for the first longest time you're learning how to do all this stuff, right? And so you can't even get to be crazy and weird and creative because you're just like messing around, you're learning, you're trying to figure it all out, right? But you're definitely at the point where you've got some stuff figured out, you know how to produce, you know how all this stuff works. I think now is where you can get like flex on them, flex heavy and flex on all kinds of different elements, whether it's the sound design or the drum groove or the how the sounds that you're picking and choosing. How can you make that your own and make it unique and make it sound fresh? I think and to that point, I think the best way for you to do that is by writing a bunch of different tracks. Right now, and this goes for everybody in the chat, when you get to a point where you know how to write tunes, but you're just finding you're not writing like unique stuff, get into the process of just like rinse, repeat, and try and get an idea down. Maybe you get like a 32 beat idea down and try and get good at writing ideas and focus on writing good ideas and then finish the good ideas, right? You don't need to finish every idea that you start, but finish the good ideas. And if you can focus on just writing creative ideas, then it'll work out. Sorry, that was a bit of a ramble. Hopefully that made a little bit of sense. Basically, ideas are more important than mix downs and stuff like that. Okay. Anyways, no secret. Great stuff. Great stuff. Thanks for sending in. Okay. Let's find where we are. Tito, Thomas Cho. Love the pads. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, we're listening to this one right now. This is great. Loving the vibe of this. I think there's something on the clap that's feeling a little weird transient wise. I think that you can maybe inspect a different clap sample. This is a really, or maybe there's a click on the kick sample too. So maybe a different top kick on this. But I'm really liking the vibe of this. It's you have nailed the writing and the chords and that side of things. You've really done a really good job. I like someone's comment. I wish there was no more vocals. Yeah, I do. It's really, really well written. You have a excellent taste in music, man. If we have time, I'll try and pull up another one that maybe you sent in after. But we'll do it. Okay, Hanu talking about Hawaii in the chat. Let's pull up Hanu's track. I always love hearing what Hanu's up to. I don't know if you've ever missed a demo stream, bro. I think you've been to every single one, and I appreciate you coming in. Oh, look, another collab with Who, When, Why. All right, let's go. Let's hear this one. You guys, how many collabs you got now? You guys have written a lot. Big techno kick on this one. Damn. Look at this waveform. Look at the waveform. You can chill. So yeah, I'd bring the sub down a bit, maybe lay off the master a little bit. But this is sounding really, really sick. I like this a lot. You're missing the Yeah, I think because it's a little loud and because everything's kind of just like squished and pushed, the low end is feeling a little muddy and messy. It doesn't feel as defined as I feel like it could be. I really, really like the vibe of this track though. So like keep up on the messy techno vibe, but I think just pull back a little bit. Did you see that? -2 LUFS? Bro! My personal taste is to kind of like keep some percussive elements in this section. Kind of keep the drums a little bit. Focus a little bit more on that, like, you know, if this track was like a proper techno track, how would you kind of keep the energy all the way through? A little bit of harshness in this build. You can probably turn down some of the build elements. Sick though. Yeah, really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. I think once you guys kind of dial in the mix of the drop, it'll all make sense. But I would love to hear an update of that. I'd love to hear, Hanu, if you have like a playlist of all the tunes that you're working on right now, definitely send. You can just DM me on Instagram if you want. Just send a whole folder of tunes that you got, and I'll try and check it when I can. But I'd love to hear everything else that you've been cooking up. Okay, let's pull up Slay J. Slay J, what a name. What a name. I don't know if I love it or hate it. Haven't decided yet. Will depend on the tunes. Alright, no, I'm kidding. Alright, Slay J's first time tuning into the stream, so I appreciate it. Streams are happening every month. There's a schedule at the bottom. Or like over here. Get in there. The song's sick. Mix is great. The leads are feeling a little thin. Maybe you could have a little bit more mid-range to them, and also maybe just a little bit of more saturation. But man, this is great. No, dude, don't worry about the octane levels, man. I knew, like, again, we don't genre discriminate here, man. This is sounding great. I don't have a ton of notes. If I were to say one thing just as a whole, maybe focus on like a little bit more of a memorable moment. Like a little bit more of like a motif or a hook element, whether that's a synth lick or synth fill before the drop, or whether that's a vocal or something. I just felt like it was lacking maybe that one super, super catchy hooky element. But I think the mix was excellent. The vibe was great. Yeah, I like that vocal to me is cool, but it's hard for me to sing back. It's not really super catchy. It's more just sort of like filling out a spot. Yeah, really cool stuff though. And the drums are sounding solid. Mix is sounding solid. And Slay J, we're happy to have you, bro. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Okay, let's pull up AK Reny. I see you in the chat. Stoked to hear what you've been up to. I've been following the project a bit, and big ups on all the success that you've been having recently. So stoked to hear this tune. Run Up by AK Reny.
My hands up till the sun's up.
Wait. Before the vocal.
Waiting for the come up. My hands up till the sun's up. The music makes them run up and dance. Waiting for the come up. My hands up till the sun's up. The music makes them run up and dance. Run up and dance. Run up and
Sick. You guys are all crazy mastering your music so loud. Is it this one too? -4. So like again, I think you could pull this back a little bit, maybe pull back some of the sub, pull back some of the elements. It'll just have that much more room to breathe. The mix is already awesome, so it's just going to sound that much better. But I'm really loving the drop on this one. Tone on the bass is great too. One thing I don't particularly love is the vocal pitch up thing. I just think it's a little dated, little cheese. I think there's other ways that you could do that without just like looping and pitching up and stuff. Especially in this build here too. I think everything else in the track is sounding really cool. I think that vocal pitch up thing, there's just maybe something else you could do there that isn't as sort of, I don't want to use the word cheesy. Cheesy sounds so harsh and so mean because, I mean, it is what it is. But everything else in the track is sounding awesome. Yeah. Last drop.
Waiting for the come up. My hands up till the sun's up. The music makes them run up and dance. Waiting for the come up. My hands up till the sun's up. The music makes them run up and dance.
Vocal sick.
Waiting for the come up. My hands up till the sun's up. The music makes them run up and dance.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Really awesome stuff. Yeah, just a couple minor notes there, but big ups on all the success you've been seeing, and stoked to hear more in the future. Okay, next up in this list was Butterme. What a fun name, Butterme. I don't know. Oh, you sent a bunch, bro. Oh man, 19 songs. Holy shit. Okay, Butterme. Dude, I gotta know which one you want to listen to. This first one sounded great, but if there's one that you think might be better, yeah. let me know. Wow, look at this. How many we got here, man? We got the first 2 tracks. Well, I'm only going to play one, so we're just going to go with the first one. Tribal Samba House. Time to get buttery. Alright, let's skip to this drum intro.
Are you ready?
Fun. Okay, I love the tone of those stabs, the doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. If those stabs, even if you're doing them in audio in Ableton or whatever, put some fades on them, make them tighter. Doo-doo, doo-doo. More staccato. That's what we want. More plucky, more stabbier. I think it'll tighten the whole thing up. I also think your hi-hat is a little loud. Yeah, some of the other perks could come up, hi-hat down, maybe a little bit more of a transient on your kick. I also wanted to kind of progress a little more, and it's just kind of doing the same thing. We need some other fills. Maybe that synth opens or closes, changes over time. It's kind of just been doing the same thing for a while now. So, yeah, but I think the basic groove that you got feels great. And the perk grooves is sounding great. I think you've nailed in the idea. It's just about tweaking the little mix elements and having the song progress a little more. Maybe take out the basic sections. Maybe introduce new perk elements. Maybe drum fills. Maybe other weird blips and effects or sweeps or swoops or whatever. I think the track just needs to kind of stay interesting throughout. Cool stuff, though, and I really like the style and the vibe. So, well done. Well done. All right. Let's keep on keeping on. Person there with the username Sofus Ween. Is that your... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to pull you up. I've noticed you've been given some really good constructive feedback to everybody's tracks, and so I'm excited to hear what you got. This is Sofus. Sofus, where are you tuning in from, Sofus? Bass maybe a little loud, but overall feeling great.
Freedom is a choice, and yet so many people decide not to be free. I'm a free man, and I can think for you. They think we're crazy. The coolest freaks. Honestly, I think we're just happy.
Yep. Mix is sick. Maybe bass down a hair. That's about it, though. That thing, that big horn, woo, that could come down a bit. Percussion's great. You're not going to have trouble signing this one, I don't think. It's feeling pretty great. I wonder if the clap was quieter or maybe snappier, a little shorter. clap's feeling a little floppy. Mix is solid though. Maybe the clap could just be shorter. Maybe it just doesn't need to be as long. Yeah, cool stuff, bro. Thanks for sending it in, man. I'm excited to hear some more of your tunes. I don't know if you've sent in before or not. But yeah, Sofus. Sofus Wien. Wine? Vine? Let me know if I've said that right or wrong. Great stuff. Okay. Eric. Cow? Xiao? Chow? Canadian guy up here having no idea how to pronounce anything. Oh. It's the Duro Crew. Duro Crew. This is a Fetty Wap remix. Let's check it out. Skip ahead. Maybe a little bit more sidechain on that bass. I think you need a tighter, snappier hi-hat that's a little bit louder in the mix. Same with the clap. Tighter, snappier, louder clap. Maybe the drums have a little bit too much verb on them too, you know? This lead thing's cool though. Yeah, some cool stuff, man. I like all the elements. I think if I were to give you any advice, is like on the next time when you're working on your tune, write the drum groove first and flex on that drum groove first, you know, and make it feel exciting and unique and fresh and full, and whether it's a little accent, little blips, little percussion elements, it doesn't need to be much, but I think you can really flex in on that drum groove a lot more, and it'll bring the song a little bit more to life. But I like the vibe that you got going, bro, and keep 'em up, man. Keep 'em up. Okay, let's see who's next, man. I'm looking for what is it? Joryu? I don't know if Joryu. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay. Found it. Let's go.
Bass drum tech. Oh, one.
Okay. Sub could come down a bit. But the vibe is sounding dope. Look at this clearly AI photo. There's no way all of those people would just be so perfectly the same height and staring at the sky. And what is going on with these pillars? It's so easy to spot a good AI photo anytime. Love it. I like the vocal here. It's hype.
You ain't saying nothing.
Oh my God.
Hip hop just took over the arena. Hip hop.
This is cool. I'm a little confused. I want to listen to it again. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. That's my thoughts there. Let's see.
You ain't saying nothing.
Okay. I think there is where you cut it. So you do the and then into the groove. I think if you stretch it out like longer and longer and longer, I don't know. Same with that boo 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 and the oh my god. That's actually how I feel. But I don't know if the pew 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 is like cool enough to warrant the whole thing. The other lead is, I don't know. This is just.
Hip hop just took over the arena. Hip hop.
Maybe like once it gets back into it, maybe a little bit less of that lead. Maybe it just acts a little bit like a stab or something. It's just I like what you're going for, and you have some really cool elements here, and you have some really unique stuff, and the vocals dope. I think what you should try and maybe pay a little bit more attention to is the danceability factor. You know, if I heard this at a club, is it going to kill the vibe of the dance floor and leave everyone a little bit confused? Maybe. And so maybe try and focus a little bit more on the foundation, the danciness, that groove, the drums and the bass and how those are interacting with each other. And then, you won't need to go as hard on the lead elements. Because really cool stuff. I like how it's unsettling in the best way. I mean, yeah, I do like that lead, and I love kind of how detuned and out of tune it is. It's cool. Alrighty, folks, we are reaching the we're past the halfway point of the stream. We've got a little bit longer left, hour and a half. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. Let's pull up Blaze Orange. I just gotta find it. Blaze Orange. Is that what your artist name is in here, or is that just your YouTube channel? I don't actually see it. No, I don't see it. Let me know. There's Tommy Mays. We'll load up Tommy Mays. Tommy Mays, I don't think you've ever missed a stream either, bro. I appreciate you coming through every time. He sent in a couple. Come back in Chicago. Love it. A little bit loud in that build. This is sick. I think we just got to turn some elements down. You guys are squishing your songs today. I like the energy, but yeah, just a little bit too loud. Yeah, turn some of these elements down. Let the track breathe a little bit. You gotta do it. I think the kick is probably a bit much too. I don't think you need as big of a kick that's just slamming in your face. Another kick that might be a little bit smaller, a little bit further in the back. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pull up Blaze Orange's DM. I don't know why it wasn't coming on the thing, but it was. Tommy, I really like the energy of that track though compared to some of the other ones. I just want to quickly listen to this other one for a second. Ooh, okay.
Give me head.
This is great. A little bit too loud, I think, too. I think things are fighting for space. It's just, I want to hear it just a little bit subtler, a little bit more finesse on that thing. But love the energy on that. All right, let's hear Blaze Orange's. Sent a Dropbox link, so it's not going to display as nicely, but we'll be okay. Should still be able to hear it. All right. This is Blaze Orange Automatic. Let's say more sidechain on that bass line. Bass could come down in volume. You have some room to like flex it on that drum groove. Maybe some top loop energy in there, some shakers, some little accent hats, some bits.
I'm automatic. Get.
Claps a little harsh. Maybe just add some fades to the front of the transient. Get rid of the transient, and so it's just the tail. Might maybe just a little tiny fade. It's the transient, it's the part that feels a little harsh. Yeah, I think the bass is feeling a little bit loud. I want to hear it groove a little bit more with the kick. A little bit more sidechain. Turn it down a little bit. Fix that clap. Some more perk elements. But like, great start, great sound. It's all flowing nicely. So big ups on that. And yeah, bro, I appreciate you tuning in. You've tuned in most streams, and we always appreciate it, man. So thank you. And I'll skip ahead. Hear this last drop real quick.
I'm automatic. Get.
I think in the turnaround moments and the fills and stuff, there's some room for some cooler stuff, maybe. But yeah, great stuff, man. Let's keep on keeping on. All right. I see Player 8 in the chat. Let's pull up Player 8. Player 8, I don't know if I've heard any of your music before. So if you're new to the stream, thanks for tuning in, bro. Appreciate it. This one's called Take a Break.
You don't get to take a break tonight.
Whoops.
You don't get to take a
I think that lead bass thing has a bit too much reverb on it. Dial the reverb back. I don't know if that's like automated or an endless smile or something.
I don't fake it 'cause it's not my type.
Vocal could come down in volume a little bit.
If you wanna make it out alive, you don't get to take a
Woo!
break. You don't get to take a
Love the lead.
break. You don't get to take a break.
Yeah, so I dialed the reverb back on that lead. So you have like a kick tom groove. You can kind of hear it in the intro. This thing.
You don't get to
So I think you got to decide on is that just a sort of a complementary to the groove sort of sound? If so, I think maybe a little bit less bass and maybe turn it down a little bit. Or is that the main sort of bass and sub groove, that sort of kick offbeat thing? And if so, I think turn it up and have the kick be that sort of groove and have that sort of perky tom kick carry the weight of all of the sub. And then on the lead bit, roll off your sub. Now, I think it should just be sort of like more of an accent. I think it should just be like just like a little accent tom, and then most of the weight of the bass comes from that sort of bass lead that comes in there. That's what my gut is telling me. But I think you have a really, really cool tune. To lay off the effects on that lead, it'll make a huge difference. And then maybe a little bit lay off some of the compression or the OGT or whatever you're using there. But I think it sounded great, and I love the energy on that in the drop. It's maybe the break could have been like a little bit more exciting. Nah, it's great. Okay, cool. You're having trouble balancing tom. Yeah, so just maybe roll off some of the low end and turn it down a little bit, and maybe have it. Yeah, I'd say. Okay. Great stuff, Player 8. Appreciate it. G-Star, I see you commenting next, and you're actually the one who submitted right after Player 8. Y'all submitted right after one another and commenting right after one another, so let's just run it. This one's called Lambo. Cool stuff. Feeling solid. Feeling full. You have all the elements. Mix down wise, I think a lot of things are sort of fighting for space. I think the vocals feel a little bit forward. They feel like they maybe have too much reverb. I'd maybe pull some of those back a little bit. Pull back some of the other wet elements. Focus on, your drums, your groove being loud and center and forefront. Everything else sort of just complements and supports that groove. I think entering this session or this track with that mentality of, okay, everything here just needs to support the bass line, support the groove. That's all you really need to focus on, and pull some of that stuff back. But great work. I think maybe referencing some other tunes will help. I can't believe I don't know if I've mentioned referencing yet on the stream yet, but that is the number one thing that will help you guys get better, is just listening to your song, listening to a professionally mixed song that you love, and then A/B comparing them. And then don't just listen to one, listen to 4 or 5, listen to yours. Listen to 4 or 5, listen to yours, and compare. How loud is their kick? How loud is their clap? Does theirs have a bunch of reverb? Does theirs not have a lot of reverb? Does theirs sound, really wide in stereo or really mono? Try to pay attention to all those little nitpicky little things, and it'll help you get a better feel, especially on the mix down side of things. I say that every single time because it is the number one thing that will help you get your mixes better, for sure. Great work, solid stuff. Let's pull up Alexander's. I don't know if I said this last time, but I used to, when I was a kid, my name is Alexander, and when I was a kid, my grandmother asked what my middle name was, which is actually Joseph. Wow, crazy. And my grandfather's name is Edward. There's a bunch of names here that I got in here. Anyways, but I would tell my grandmother that my middle name was Xander, Alexander. She thought that was hilarious. Every time I see her, that's all she brings up. Okay, Alexander's and Edward Joseph Glimmer.
Would you be the sun of my soul? Would you be the piece of my dreams? 'Cause I know that you complete
Wow, okay. A little bit of saturation on the drum groove would be nice. It feels great, but it just feels a little too clean. Oh, I love a little breakbeat section. Maybe it doesn't need to be as thin there for a second. Mix on this is great. Maybe the kick could come up a hair. My only thoughts, the second drop is pretty much the same as the first. I don't know, there could be a way where you'd like chop that vocal up a little differently or do something to kind of keep the track progressing. The groove sounds awesome. Really love the writing on it. Very, very, very solid, very professional track. Super, super, super clean. Yeah. I saw Jay Krauss asking if I still use reference tracks, and I definitely do. Less so of me dragging them into Ableton and being comparing them right in Ableton. But what I'll do often is like I'll bounce out a song and then I'll go for a walk and I'll bring my headphones on my walk. I'll listen to a bunch of other people's music and then I'll listen to my song. I'll do the same thing in the car. If I'm out for a drive, I'll listen to a bunch of other people's music and then I'll listen to my own. And same thing, in the kitchen, we have a set of speakers out there that I'll throw music on all the time. Out here, I'm always trying to listen to my music in as many different environments as I can. I'll try to listen to it at the club, and I'll just take note, is the clap feeling a little harsh? Is the kick feeling a little too loud? Is it feeling too bassy? Is it feeling too subby? Like what, so many times I'm sure you folks have written a song and maybe just left it, released it, whatever. And then 2 months later you listen to it and you're like, oh, wow, now I'm just hearing it in a whole different light. And I'm hearing all these mistakes that I could have fixed. So I try to kind of use that to my advantage. And so I'll bounce out a song, get it 90% of the way there, sort of live with it for a month or two, and then go back in on it, fix up all the stuff that I don't really like, versus trying to do it all in once and just getting it finished. I like to leave that buffer of me testing it out, DJing it, working on some stuff, and then going back in on it. Because I can usually go back in on it a fresh set of ears, and I'll know exactly, okay, like I know I need to change the kick, and I know I need to rework the bass line, or I know that I need to, the vocal's not strong enough, or the lead sucks, or whatever, right? Yeah. Great stuff, bro. Great stuff, Alexander's, and excited to hear more, bro. Let's do Mikey the Kid. Let's hear Mikey the Kid. Pull up Mikey the Kid's demo. This one's called No Sleep. A little bit of harshness in those highs off the bat. That lead is cool. Kick's kind of getting buried. So, before we dive in too far, Mikey, I think you should get this meter that we have here. It will help you. It'll help you out tons. Because looking here, we can see that everything's kind of taken up by that mid-range thing. I think that duck that out. You want to make sure that it's being sidechained a bunch. You don't want to make sure that your master's like completely slammed with a bunch of compression. You know, get that kick. You want that to be your main loud focus thing in the drop. Mix everything to that, right? Set your kick, then set your clap, and then set your drums, and then mix everything else so that it fits nice and neatly underneath all the drums, rather than all the other things just stacked on top and then burying the drums. No, we want them to kind of fit in those pockets. That's why we have sidechain. That's why we do these things to kind of like have the elements sit nice and neatly underneath. I think a meter like this is going to help you out. This one's, it's literally $10, mini meters, $10. And that way you know what a waveform is supposed to look like on Rekordbox or Serato or whatever DJ software. You can kind of do the same thing and bass. Look at your waveform and be like, hey, like, wow, my kick is getting buried, or like there isn't enough bass. You know roughly what it's supposed to look like, and you can kind of adjust it accordingly. But I think that the sound design is really cool though. So big ups on that. Thanks for sending in, Mike. I always love to hear what you've been cooking up, bro. Okay, Chris Mays has to dip. Chris tunes in every single time. We love it, and we're very stoked to have you back, Chris. Let's find your tune. Chris Mays. We just did Tommy Mays, and now there's Chris Mays. I love how there's both of you. Am I? Oh, there we go. Down here. We got it. Chris Mays. Let's run it, bro. And then, folks, I might need a pee. Letting you know. I've been drinking a lot of coffee. We've been streaming almost 2 hours. I'm not done, but I do have to pee.
You see, one thing that I realize is that somebody needs to understand. But I dare you to jump up out of your seat, high five 3 people, and shout, the devil got to be crazy. Because tonight I get cured. You want to open up your mouth.
Stream gang isn't working. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh shit, that was my bad. Ooh, alright, Chris.
The devil got to be crazy.
Holo Holo, I just fixed that, and anybody else who was trying, if you want to go on the Vibrancy site, you can use the code STREAMGANG, save $10 for all my stream homies. Got a bunch of sample packs and stuff up there. Chris Mays, this is sounding great. I love the housey style, the housey vocal that's happening here, bro. Oh, damn, I didn't even see Akanova in the chat. What's up, homie? Thanks for tuning in. Chris, you've been sending in tunes almost every stream, and this one I think is my favorite one, bro. I love how classic house vibes it is. You really have nailed all of that. You're doing it to a T. The vocal in the middle was excellent and well mixed.
You wanna open up your mouth and shout glory.
I don't think you need to squish the mix master as much as you have. Maybe bring down the sub of the bass a little bit, let the whole track breathe a little more. But overall, really cool stuff. You do have some room to flex in on the 16th note groovy elements might hype up the track a little bit. But yeah, excellent stuff. Chris Mays, if you guys haven't been following Chris Mays already, make sure you do, because always solid stuff, never disappointing. Okay, let's try and find where's our game Crossed Up. Another frequenter of the stream. Appreciate it. All right, this one's called Let You Go. Vibe. Kick could come up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit bigger, boomier kick. Kind of like how the clap's just some white noise. Liger in the chat. Some atmospheric stuff, textures and whatnot could be great in this. Keep going. Yeah, vocal's awesome. Such a vibe. I'd also wonder if just like a kick that was a little lower and deeper might sound better too. Yeah, no, that's a real solid vibe of a tune. Minor notes there, but I'm really enjoying like how it's all sounding. And the vocal is really, really excellent. Okay, folks, I gotta pee. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna leave you with a tune of mine while I go pee. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, we're back. Hasn't even dropped yet. Gang, I want to let you know I'm seeing. So I wonder if I'm listening on SoundCloud, if SoundCloud is boosting it, because I know for a fact that this was mastered to -6 LUFS, and so I may have been roasting all of you folks, saying that it's up to -5 when maybe SoundCloud's the one that's like kind of turning it up a little bit. Wow, for everybody that's already I've roasted you, maybe this is it. Maybe it's my fault. I definitely did not get it up to -4. All right, that's that. It's coming out next month on Vibrancy. Hope you guys enjoy that one. All right, back to the stream. Let's pull up Jay Krauss. Jay Krauss. This one's called A Percussion. Nice. Let's go. Skip ahead a little bit. Loving the percussion on this one. So far, so good.
In the darkness, I hear the call of the wild. It's mating season in the underground.
Maybe a little.
I want to fuck you like an animal. Sink my teeth into your flesh.
Woo! This is great. I'm having a blast enjoying this one. I think maybe the kick's a little much. Maybe you could dial that back a bit. But
into your flesh.
I want to hear these other two real quick, because that was awesome. Yes, bro. Let's fucking go. Woohoo! Little dirty in the low end, but fuck, man. Woo! Dirty boy. Jay! This tune's dirt! Let's try this one. Oh wow, let's go. Get fucked! This is sick! Woohoo! That is so sick. Bro, I need this. This is so dope. I'm letting this ride. This is my favorite tune of this stream so far, for sure. No contest. Sorry, everyone else. This is the one. Dog. Yes! Holy shit. If that song doesn't want to make you want to chew your face off, I don't know what does. Damn, that was insane. Woo! Can you say that on the internet? I don't know. Okay. Wow, I downloaded those. Jay, I'm gonna hit you up because that's some dope shit. Let's chat later. Wow, I need a break after that. Fuck. All right, let's pull up Zebra. Where is the zebra? Zebra. Is it Zebra? From Australia, Zebra. Or is it Zebra? Can you feel it? This one's great. I think the maybe the low end, you could pay some attention to the low end. I think maybe the kick is a little long. I think you can have maybe up a shorter kick drum, and that'll allow you a little bit more room for the bass, and maybe the bass line can kind of like come through and shine through a little more. You do have one of those 16th note hi-hats. I think maybe that could be toned down in the mix a little bit. Sick. Cool. I think some of those bits, maybe like things were kind of fighting for space too, a little bit loud. But overall, really great tune. Love the vocals. Little more TLC, and you got a great tune. You got a great tune. All right, let's pull up Alpha Deia. Let's check Alpha Deia's track out. All right. I think you got to submit the private link. The link that you submitted was like a public one. So you just resubmit the private one. And Alpha Deia. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. Alves, bro. Oh shit, Alves in the chat, my homie, bro. I hope you've been well. I'm excited to hear what you got cooked up. And let's go. Some dirty, sexy Latin tech music. Ooh, great mix of the bass. Bro, I think this year we may actually skip out on Miami Music Week. I know that's lame, but we've done it the last few years, and I don't know. I want to try and do AD this year, a couple other things. I'm going to focus my energy in the studio, and so I may skip out on it this year. Vibing now.
Porque sabes una cosa. Soy viciosa. 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 Viciosa.
Bro, you guys got this shit in lock in Miami, bro. Fuck. Bro, the mix on this is so good. I couldn't do this at all. This is so hot. Like the perks and stuff, man. Like I could not. Man, that's hot, man. Super, super hot. Really, really, really enjoy the vibe on that. That will fit flawlessly into a lot of sets. Very digestible. Very, very. Whatever. I don't actually know when I'm coming back. I don't have any Toronto shows on the books right now, but man, I've got to get back to Toronto. I feel like the few gigs I've done, I've only done I did Noir, right? No, but I'd like to do a Coda date sometime. That'd be a lot of fun. I love that club. That's where I want to play. Okay. Let's take a look the next tune. Where's let's try and find Liger's tune here. Liger, my guy. All right, if you're in the chat right now and I haven't played your song yet and you're waiting for me to play the song, just drop some emojis. Just pick an emoji and drop like 10 of them. And that way I'll be able to see Toy Box Noir Dance. Were you at all 3 of those shows? Those were fun, man. Oh, this is sounding great, bro. Bass on this is sounding great. Liking those vocals. Sub could probably come down a little bit. It'll leave room for a lot of the other stuff. Woo! Okay, here's my 2 cents. I love everything that you got here. It's all sounding great. I think this section here that just came in, I think it's sounding a little bit more commercially bass housey, which is great. If that's the direction you want to go, run it. Keep going that way. It sounds good. If that isn't the direction you want to go and you'd rather it be a little more heady, a little more underground, then maybe this section here doesn't have some of that like lead work and stuff and some of that some of those synths in the background. Maybe you keep it a little more dark or a little bit more minimal, because I think you do have some like cool stuff here. Like even all this still feels pretty dark and minimal. It wasn't until this section that things changed. It's really cool though. I like it a lot. But bring the sub down, and yeah, great work though. Bunch of energy. I like it a lot. I think the chat really liked it too. People are into it. Liger, thanks for tuning in and sending it in. You send one in all the time, and so I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, let's look up at these emojis and see who we're looking for. Let's try and find Cashin. Is it just is your artist name just Cashin? There we go. Found it right here. Let's go. Take control. All right. Got a little groover. I think some like tighter drums, tighter, snappier drums. I wonder what this track would sound like sped up, like 2 BPM too. I think this is one of those that I think if you spend a little bit more time on the danceability, so how the drums feel, the drum groove, do the drums, if you just soloed just the drums, do they get you really excited and moving and dancing? And then when you turn the bass line on, is it just complementing all that, or does it, try and keep everything a little bit lighter, a little bit dancier, focus on the danceability, and then everything else will sort of fall into place on top of that. I think referencing some other tunes will help you. Some snappier drums will help you. Maybe a little bit more sidechain on the bass, a little bit separation of the kick and bass a little bit might help you. But I think you have a great handle on things. Things are sounding dope. I really I enjoyed that lead that you added. So big ups, bro. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. All right. Let's pull up Dovesy. Do we think it's Dovesy? Don't know. I'm so bad at pronouncing things, man. Maybe it's Dovzi. Maybe that's it. Do we think this is an AI photo? Yeah. Spotted. Skip ahead a little bit. Ooh, yeah. Great kick and bass mix. Vocal a little crushed there. I feel like the transition there could have been better. I don't know. The vocal's sick. I think you can turn it down a little bit, maybe a little bit of sidechain on it. I like the vocal though, really cool. Yeah, maybe a little less distortion, a little bit less compression on that vocal. Turn it down a little bit. I think, man, that's the biggest thing that's standing out. Yeah, I think just turn it down a little bit. Okay, so let's move on. But I really like that track a lot. I'd like to hear the final version for sure. And the vocal's super, super hot. Null Tone, what did you submit as? I'm not seeing Null Tone's new submission. Same with Alpha Deia. I don't see your new submission in here, so I just have to resubmit. Make sure you're resubmitting through the link that is in the link tree. The details are on the stream right here. So take a look. Let's pull up. I'm just going through everybody's here. Shop. I just had it here. Let's check it out. Shop. Ooh. Okay, wait. I recognize this top loop. This is from the Cloverdale sample pack top loop. Let's go. I'm glad people are using them. Oh, wow. That is the Cloverdale sample pack right there. Did you send in this tune last time? And this is an updated version. Sick. This is great. I think we want to have it progress a little more. From this section here, I'm like, okay, I want something new, another element, or maybe switch up the vocal or switch up the horns thing, or just I want to have it kind of progress a little more. The mix is feeling really solid. The bass balance is feeling really solid. It's grooving along. But yeah, I'm enjoying this one, and I'm really glad that you're getting some use out of that sample pack, and I can hear the drums in there. They're sounding awesome. So, yeah. Big ups, man. Great energy, great vibe. And just kind of keep on plugging along, keep on having it progress as it moves along. And we'll get to it. Okay. Dre Lawrence. We're running through them. We got Dre Lawrence, and then we got Harper Music. And I got Moski, and we got Alpha Deia, we got Hippie Habitat. We'll get him in on there. Wow, bunch of them. Okay. Next up. This one's called, oh my gosh, is this our first breakbeat track of the evening? I love breakbeats, and so if you guys are making breakbeats, definitely send them in. Yeah. Mitchell, I don't think yours was played yet because I don't know what your artist name is if your YouTube name is just Mitchell. So let me know what your artist name is, and I'll make sure that we can get to it. I think we forgot Joe Low as well. I gotta get to that. Ooh. Bit of a switch up there. I was enjoying the vibe we had before. The chords and stuff here kind of bring me into another space. And now we're back into a different space. Like that vocal a lot. So my guess is this is sort of just a sketch to start, but I feel like you have a lot of really, really cool elements, and you're really on the right track. Some of this stuff here that dun 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 in the, like, it's feeling maybe a little bit disconnected from the rest of the track. I'd maybe just stick to the. I feel like that would just sound so dirty without the things on top of it. I love the breakbeat vibe. I'm excited to hear like this version once it's like brought up to level, mixed and mastered on that whole side of things. But yeah, keep on plugging along on this idea. I think there's a lot of like areas that you can flex on, and I really like the style of it all. So big ups, man. All right, let's do Joe Low. We getting through them. Null Tone, I see yours now. I got it. I see it. I didn't see it before, man. Maybe it was submitted through a different. Oh, you know what, Null Tone? I do see it up there too. Do you know why? It was because you were literally one of the first people to submit. I think you were like the first one. So, well done. All right. Let's do Joeo Fallen. Let's check it out.
Falling out of place, looking for an empty space.
Vocals awesome.
I'm falling out
So
of
is that
place.
Reese?
I'm falling with you. Falling out of place, looking for an empty space. I'm falling out of place. I'm falling with you. I'm falling with you.
Oh, wow. Maybe the leads could come down in volume a bit.
Falling out of place, looking for an empty space. I'm falling out of place. I'm falling.
That was such a cool way. Like, it's like an LFO sort of thing, but you turned it into a really nice, lush synth. Oh, wow. I really, really like the synth work on this. The writing is excellent. Yeah, I think some things feel a little loud and busy in the high end. Maybe some of those elements could be turned down a little bit just to make it feel a little warmer overall. But I think real great song, very well written. I think that'll do really, really well. It's not particularly my style too much, but I really enjoying it lots. Okay, let's do Null Tone, and we got Hippie Habitat, Alpha Deia. I still don't see your submission in here, so not sure what's up there. Just make sure you're submitting at the Linktree/Vibrancy label, and there should be a thing there. All right, let's pull up Null Tones. Ooh, I'm digging this. Let's check it out. Speed up.
Music, more love, music. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, music.
Sick. I think the clap could be quieter and shorter.
Wake up, music. Wake up, music. Glow up.
I want a little bit more definition in the bass line too. Like, you could have those notes be tighter and more percussive. I really want to hear them. I want them to feel and cut through. And so maybe bring the decay time down or the release time on whatever synth you're using, and have those bass notes stick through a little more staccato. Kick sounds solid.
Wake up, music. Wake out, music. Glow up, music. More love, music. Wake up, wake up, wake up, music.
I think you need some other little accent hi-hats, accent percussion, just to kind of keep the groove feel a little light and full. Maybe other little clap fills or snare blips or whatever. Overall, really cool vibe on this one, though. I like the darkness. Let me just go ahead and hear the second bit. I'd like the song to progress a little bit more throughout, though.
Wake up, music.
Sick. Maybe some more sidechain on some of those elements too. But overall, real cool tune. Bunch of vibe on it. Hell yeah. Oh, Stefano. We got to get you too, bro. All right. Good. Hippie Habitat. Let me try and track you down. Copy Hippie Habitat. Oh, bro, you got to submit the private link. It looks like you only submitted a public one, and so I cannot access your track. So just resubmit. I'll get to it, and we'll get there. Okay, who we got next? We got Harper Music. Harper Music. Please just keep spamming the chat with emojis. That works well for me to get to notice you guys. If I haven't played yours yet. Harper. Danny Harper? Maybe that's it. All right. Sick. Excited to check this one out. Skip the drum intro a bit. Maybe. I think this track would sound like if all the hi-hats were just a little tighter. Like if you know if there are loops, you know the transient trick where you beats mode and bring the transients in, or if you're using MIDI or whatever, you can just create fades or bring in the release time or the decay time, just to try and tighten up all the hi-hats a little bit. I think they're sounding solid, but I think if they're tighter, it might just work a little better, sound a little cleaner. I think those big synth things are a little loud and a little bit too much reverb too. Like the vocal, maybe a little less compression on it. The vocal's really cool. I don't know if I love the lead that you used there. I think maybe something smaller and less like big saw might work a little better. Whoa, that's an interesting way to do it. Shaper box with the MIDI trigger on the hi-hats. Shape transients. Neat. Very, very, very neat. Be an interesting way to do it for those. Okay. Moski, buddy. Hell yeah. Okay. We got... Let's, all right, Hippie Habitat, I see your resubmission here. I'm worried, I don't think this is the full link again, though, bro. Oh, yeah, it is. There we go. It's just because it looked like a short one. Okay, sick. Let's run it. This one's called You Can't Resist. Let's run it. All right, this is sounding great. Just looking at the waveform down here, I think maybe a little bit too much sub. The sub's gonna be a little messy here. So I think the master's feeling a little crushed. I think the sub can definitely come down a lot. I think maybe there's like too much going on in the in the low end. No, someone said it's like a Max Styler Resist remake. It does. So I was going to comment on that because it's the same vocal as the Max Styler tune, and it almost is like a similar vibe to the tune. And so I just would be cautious of using this vocal with a tune that has this kind of bass line that all just kind of like, anyways, it just kind of all feels very similar. And where that song was already a pretty big song, he's already done this. Anyways, I'd maybe try out some other vocals. This one does sound great though. So anyways, think about it. Yeah, bring down the sub a little bit. Let that bass line breathe a little bit. Maybe have some of the other elements sidechain to the kick a little more. But overall, bunch of energy on it. Really, 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 really strong. All right. Okay. Alpha Deia. You don't need to spam it that many times. I see ya. I see ya. And I also don't see your submission. So, I don't know. I can't help you. The submission link, if you look on the stream, like to the right, you can see it says Linktree/Vibrancy label. That, and you go there and you can see a button. I think it's the second button down. And the second button says submit demos for our demo stream. The demo stream, it's not submitting demos to the label, right? There's a place, there's a place to do that for the label that's on the website. That's not the spot. It's like the specific one for this stream that sends it to this document that I'm looking at in front of me. Anyways, good luck. You got this. All right. Okay. So we are still missing Moski, bro. Moski, my guy. I met Moski in real life. I've met a handful of these folks in real life. Moski, we met at EDC. I remember meeting Moski at EDC. It was a good time. He stayed all the way until my 5 a.m. set. So thanks for kicking around, Moski. Let's listen to Take Control. I think this is the second tune that we've heard today called Take Control. Take Control is such a tech house trope. It's like Losing Control. What an interesting... I had a song called Losing Control, and then there was a song this year that was like one of the biggest songs ever called Losing Control. Take Control. Control me. Control that. This is fun. I think you spice up the drums. A little more saturation on them, maybe some layers, maybe some top loops. There's a lot of room for those to flex. You also, I think, maybe like a top kick, a little bit more transient on the kick. All right. That's cool. That's cool. I like the vibe you got. You got all the elements. I think referencing some other tunes, adding some other percussion elements, adding like maybe a top kick, you'll be able to fill that out. But you're well on your way. You're well on your way. Okay. Let's keep on. We got Stefano, my guy. Let's, where are we? And then we also had Mitch Martin, also near the top. Where are we? Mitch Martin. Oh, there's Stefano as well. From Toronto. Fuck yeah. I'm trying to think of how I want to formulate explaining this, because so the kick and the bass, the kick is feeling a little too like transient-y. So the like tick of the kick feels a little bit much, but I think it's the tone of the bass that I'm feeling needs a little bit more work, because I feel like the tone of the bass and the kick and the bass aren't making it super danceable. Like it's not feeling like it's light and dancey. It's sonically sounding fine, but I think if the bass had a little bit more tone to it and almost like had a little bit more of like more defined where the notes were, like where the notes were hitting. Like I almost want. That's one way to do it. Now, I just had an idea as I was thinking about this. What you could do to maybe fix some of that is maybe just insert like a low tom that goes that maybe that I think would fill out the groove in the low end a little bit more, because that's what it's sort of missing. It's the low end is feeling very one-dimensional, I feel, but a tom may help. A tom may help, I think. What I'm picturing, okay, I'm going to show you guys a tune that I've been working on. And you're from Toronto, actually, so you'll appreciate this tune I'm working on with a buddy of mine, Ryan. And it has the tom groove that I'm after. Sorry, folks, to derail the stream and show off some of mine in the middle of this, but I just want to explain this tom groove and then also selfishly show off this tune. So anyways, here you go. That do 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 do.
I got what is on me, just like Trinity. Queen Street clothes off, where my hoes are. She take clothes off, vibes in the pot, explode like Dora. I might doze off, sipping some souls off.
To all the Toronto homies, this song is for you guys.
I got what is on me, just like Trinity. Queen Street clothes off, where my hoes are. She take clothes off, vibes in the pot, explode like Dora. I might doze off, sipping some souls off. Just like Trinity. Queen Street clothes off, where my hoes are. She take clothes off, vibes in the pot, explode like Dora. I might doze off, sipping some souls off. Jump in the whip and we say adios. She wanna cop snow. That's a wop, how much she need? Not a lot, no. Drive so fast in the car, the girl think we lost, no. I can pop smoke. She playing songs on the iPhone. I got what is on me, just like Trinity.
Anyways, the tom groove in that is what I was trying to say. Cha! Anyways, you get the gist. My buddy Ryan whipped up that initial idea with a homie of his. And anyways, excited how that's coming together. Little sneak peeks. Okay, back to where we were at. All right. All right. Alpha Deia Doji. We got it. I'll send it to you when we know that it's totally done. All right. Here we go. This one's called Clever Deal to Drop. Sick. Feels like a pretty cool beat. I feel like I want to have it progress a little more throughout. Maybe have a little vocal. Maybe have the drums cut out for a second, then cut back in. I feel like I want to have it flow a little more. I think those are some things that you could work on. Maybe introduce a vocal at parts, or I think the little turnaround moments, little drum fills, things that just happen once that aren't just looping. Little busy here with some of the sounds. But yeah, I like the fast kick pattern, bunch of energy to it. And yeah, I think referencing here will help you out tons. You know, loading in another tune and just paying attention. Where do they have their fills? Where do they have their breakdowns? Where does it feel like the energy's rising? Where does it feel like the energy's falling? Try and reference some of that, and it'll help you with a little bit more structure and arrangement of your track. But big ups. Okay, folks. hit the chat again if I haven't played your track. I want to make sure that I listen to the folks who had submitted a bunch before than some of these newer folks, but I'll get to it. Let's do, we could do Juby. All right, AJ's house. Oh, I see you here. Cool, sick. All right, little D&B. I think that hi-hat white noise thing is a little harsh. Maybe just EQ it a bit. Oh, a little detuned. That detune thing is maybe a bit much. This is great. I just think one of those ARPs is just out of tune. Yeah, this is great. Aside from that one ARP being out of tune, like really things are feeling quite balanced. I'm really enjoying this a lot. Yeah, this sounds solid. Yeah, fix that one ARP, maybe some of the hi-hat stuff. I feel like I want to hear a vocal or some other stuff, but yeah, really great stuff. I'm excited to hear some more from you. Love when people send in some D&B, little D&B energy. All right, Gaines just submitted. Let's pull that up. And oh, AJ's house. AJ's house. From London, Ontario, my guy. AJ, hope you're doing well, my guy. Clap is a little loud. Oh yeah, Mitch. So I think what you could do here is bring down the volume of a lot of things. Bring down the volume of some of your drums, maybe some of your perk elements, just through the breakdown section. Because I think the vocals sounding good, but it's just sounding a little complicated, a little busy with all the other stuff. So if you bring down the elements of the other stuff, leave the vocal where it is, I think that's turn the clap down. Maybe even just a smaller, tighter clap. Yeah, great little Great little tune. I like the clap on it. I mean, I like everything but the clap is actually what I like. I like the bass line, the kick, and the groove, and the mix, and yeah, great stuff. The vocal's awesome too. Like that a lot. Sick to see some folks out of London, Ontario, bumping some killer house music. All right, Mitch Martin. Ooh. Kick is heavy, deep, thick. Maybe a little bit too much reverb on some elements. Some of the background stuff could be pushed in the back a little more. I think this has room for some like more fills, turnaround moments, those sort of things. I think you can kind of get spicy with those elements. It kind of slugs along a little bit, kind of just, and so try and keep the energy moving, keep the parts exciting as it transitions from phrase to phrase, from section to section. Keep introducing new things, or switching up the groove, or different fills that like lead into things. But overall, great work, bro. I enjoy it a lot. Okay. Tuslav, I see you here for sure. I got you. And Gaines, we got you too. Hell yeah. Tuslav.
Pulling out their phone. No hesitating, I'll be turning this place up. Turning this place up. Turning this place up.
I think your hat's feeling really stereo to me. There's something weird about it. I don't know. I'd try some other hat samples. There's something weird about it.
This place up. Turning this place up. Turning this place up. Crowd going crazy. We'll be staying all night long. Booth situated. DJ baby play my song. This booty shaking, guys be pulling out their phones. No hesitating, I'll be turning this place up. Crowd going crazy.
Cool. So I think you can turn the bass down, and yeah, I think there's some room for some other ear candy kind of bits, other like maybe synth elements, and then really try and focus your attention on the drum groove. Dial that in a little more. It's feeling a little harsh and a little like inorganic. You want it to feel light and lively. But overall, great, solid work, solid idea. You have all the elements. You have like a solid structure. I love seeing other Canadian producers getting out there and doing the damn thing. So big ups to you guys. It sounded sick. I also love the suits. It's a flex. Hell yeah. Okay. Nino BG, we didn't get you. We'll get to it. Gaines. Let's go, Gaines. Gaines. All right. I'm going to skip ahead.
Molly, I'm swing. Got some Molly in me.
Oh, and Luke Lambert, my guy. Fuck. This part's sick. That part's great. It grooves a lot. This is feeling good. I feel like maybe a little too sub heavy overall. I feel like that's gonna just kind of explode on a big system. But
Mama always told me, Molly, I'm swing.
Yeah, overall solid track. That big sound is obnoxious, and I'd love to hear that on a big system. Hell yeah, cool stuff, bro. Oops. All right, Luke Lambert. I love Luke's shit. So sexy. Wow.
Good morning, ladies. You like that shit, man? Hey, I got a gang of that shit, man. Help me sing it, homeboy. Come on. Say go 45 and 2 6 baby, that's all we need. Good morning, ladies.
I'm just enjoying vibing out to this big. We on the vibe train. Wow. Got the ball. Smoke some weed about it. You could probably cut out some of the mid-range of the kick. I think that's my only note, bro. That was a fucking vibe, bro. That was a vibe, man. Woo! I could listen to that all day. Luke, I really love your music. There's some guys that I've been really enjoying lately, like Ozzy Guzman and Max Dean, and these sort of like minimal kind of dudes. Really sick stuff, and that kind of, I mean, your style's kind of in that lane as well. So thanks for sending in, bro. I know you've been here for a minute. I really like this tune. If y'all aren't following Luke from South Africa, make sure you do. He's a G and a legend, and formerly released on the label. So thanks, Luke. Okay, Nino BG, let's pull you up. Who else in the chat hasn't heard their track yet? Let me know. I do probably got to dip in at 15 minutes for sure. System Rave. We got System Rave too. Okay, cool.
No stop.
This is giving me Who and Why vibes. So, thoughts are the drums are a bit too loud, especially the clap. I think you can kind of make the clap smaller, quieter. A lot of the high end feels just a little too loud. The kick and bass feel pretty balanced, though.
No stop.
I'd say less verb on the vocals, maybe turn the vocals down a bit. Less compression, maybe.
Losing my shit and I'm chasing adrenaline. Keep up.
Moshe, you've been here for a while.
I'm about to break your mind. Like it's the last time. No stop. Keep up. No stop.
Yeah, overall great song. I just think, yeah, some of those elements don't need to be as forward and as loud in the mix, and it still will like hold and feel really clean. Just pushing some stuff back, some of the leads, the clap, things like that. All right, Nosha, you've been here for a minute, so let's get to it.
Keep it locked. Every single night, take it all around the clock. Hot, make it rock. If you got it, then you gotta make it. Work smart. Work son. You gotta make it. Every single night. Work. Hot work. You gotta make it. Hot work. Work. Hot work. You gotta make it. Hot work.
I'd like to hear like a top kick on this kick, I think. Through these builds, when you have a lot of elements that are building up, as some elements build up, turn the volume down of other elements that like aren't as important to the listener's attention. So throughout this whole section, you could be automating the volume of the bass and of the drums and stuff down as the snare fill comes up and as the sweeps come up and everything else comes up. Maybe the bass and the other auxiliary drums go down. That lead's cool. Some more side chain on everything might help you out here too. A little bit more groove to it all. But I think you have some real cool elements. I like that lead, and definitely a really unique track, that's half the battle sometimes. It's just finding that unique track. You know? Okay, System Rave. Let's check it. Wow. All right. That's pretty solid. I'm enjoying the vibe of it. What I want to hear it progress a little more. I think this might be one where the tom groove might be nice in the low end. Just something to groove onto a little more, especially in the low end, and then flexing in on some turnaround moments, maybe some vocally texture things. All of that could help fill this out. But it is very much hypnotic. I very much got lost in a trance, just daydreaming while that song was going on, which is good, you know. But yeah, great work. Thanks for sending it in. The plugin here is called Mini Meters. That is showing the waveform on the screen. It's called Mini Meters. It's $10. It's awesome. We love it. Okay. Adam, I'll pull up your tune here, and have I missed anybody else in the chat right now that I haven't listened to their song that they have submitted? Please let me know. I'm going to pull up this one from Adam. Oh, Techo! Hell yeah, bro. We'll get you get Techos. All right. Very clean so far.
Get nasty. Get nasty. Get nasty. Boys in the get nasty. Boys in the nasty. Get nasty. With my girls in the front and the boys in the backseat. Get nasty. With my girls in the front and the boys in the get nasty. With my girls in the front and the boys in the backseat. Get nasty. With my girls in the front and the boys in the get nasty. Nasty. With my girls in the front and the
feels a little sub heavy. I feel like the kick could have like a little bit more snappiness to it. Could be like, I don't know. Your kicks are always really short. I feel like.
Boys in the get nasty. With my girls in the front and the boys in the backseat. Get
I want like a little bit more like high mids on that kick a little bit more and just punch through a little bit. This one's really cool. I think it's relying a lot on the vocal and the groove. I feel like some of your other stuff is just a little more creative and meaner. This one's really good. Your stuff is always so good, so I hold you on a much higher pedestal than everybody else. Okay. Techo, bro. Let's go. Okay, we got Techo. I don't think there's anybody else. No one else spoke up. So I'll do Techo, and then I need you guys to vote. Do you guys want to hear a new techno song from me or a drum and bass remix I did of Ratata? This kick needs a little mid-range punch too. A little bit of like stuff around 200, low mids, 150, 200. Maybe the sub could come down a little bit. This feels like the kick and the sub are blending into one a little bit. Hey. Yeah, sub I think could come down a bit. I feel like you could have built some more tension here. Maybe filter the drums a little more. Maybe some of them kind of like volume out. Maybe some more, like, I don't know, sweeps or some more tension. I just think there's a lot more opportunity there to make this moment even extra wow. There too, same thing. Even just adding like an auto filter and just like filtering out some of the stuff might help. Adam, you want DNB? That's what he says. You want the DNB? All right, here we go. I don't know why I did this. This was for fun. All right, before I play, thank you, everyone, if you're still here, for tuning into the demo stream. I'll be back next month. It's February 28th. I think from that one's in the evening, 6 to 9 Eastern. So we'll see you then. If you aren't already, make sure you join the High Octane Discord server, and we'll go from there. All right. Once again, it's Cloverdale. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for submitting tunes. I hope you guys enjoy this one.
Can the beat to go rat-ta-ta? That's that. All right, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in to the demo stream. We'll be back next month. See you guys in the Discord. Make sure you follow me on Instagram or whatever. And yeah, thanks so much, gang. We will chat soon. Peace. Bye.